Since the dawn of civilization, abundant food, fresh air and clean water were necessary for livable, sustainable cities. Petra is over 2,000 years old. It's in the middle of the desert. The city's inhabitants created a complex water system to harvest the rain and floodwaters. By managing this natural resource, the city thrived for more than 4 centuries. But changing trade routes, followed by a massive earthquake that destroyed the water system, led to the city's eventual decline. Petra's survival relied on sustaining their natural resources. 2,000 years on, and the prosperity of our current cities still depends on using natural resources wisely. Since farming first started in this part of the world, cities have been the place of culture and ideas. What we need now is a new revolution in thinking and acting to meet our greatest challenge: how to create sustainable lifestyles.
If we don't begin to work seriously to try and correct the damage that we've done to the environment and try and find ways to create sustainable cities, sustainable development, economic development, then the impact could be catastrophic.
I believe we need to do more in environmental awareness, and one aspect of that is the Eco-City Conference that we are organizing here in Jordan. We believe that with more environmental awareness, we will have better environmental management for the city.
Amman represents an example of many cities that are growing across the Mediterranean area, where you have a huge amount of population, like Amman has today. So there's a growing impact, a growing stress on the environment in general. We need to start today thinking about tomorrow. What are the needs for having a sustainable city, a city that will be able to live in harmony and in balance within the surroundings?
Ecocities is about healthy cities. It's about integration of nature, agriculture and built environment to make sure that it's sustainable and it's healthy for people and nature.
Every year, more people live in cities, where they consume 80% of the world's resources. This year, for the first time in history, more than half of the world's population, 3.3 billion, will live in urban areas, according to the UN. By 2030, this is expected to swell to almost 5 billion.
This high rate of immigration has put enormous pressure on the ecosystem of these cities, and more and more wastewater, solid waste and emissions are produced as a result of this population increase in those cities. So it's very important now to think holistically about these issues.
In the Jordanian capital, Amman, the population is currently 2.5 million. Within 20 years, it's predicted to expand to 6.2 million.
The population increase in Amman is causing more waste generation, more air pollution using the traffic, and more cars that are coming in and out from Amman is causing some environmental challenges.
As the population expands, water is becoming a more valuable resource, particularly in this water-stressed region. Jordan's annual water supply is 900 million cubic meters, but the demand is 1,500 million. The majority of the deficit comes from unsustainable groundwater. Jordan is running out of water. Now, climate change threatens unpredictable rainfall in the future. This may lead to flooding or prolonged droughts. The dry and semi-arid areas are most at threat.
Jordan is not a contributor to the climate change and global warming, but is definitely is affected by the climate change. We were among the 10 poorest countries in the world in water resources. Now we are among the 4 poorest countries in the world in water resources. We could see definitely the change, more aridity in Jordan, in certain areas in the Jordan, so we're definitely affected.
We can learn from the citizens of Petra. They thrived in the desert by harvesting the sporadic water supplies. Each year, Amman receives 300 millimeters of rainfall, over 10 times more than Cairo. The rain is concentrated to the few short winter months. Modern-day rainwater harvesting could play a major role in alleviating the city's water crisis. If every home in Amman harvested rainwater, it could satisfy the population's water needs for over half the year.
The surrounding of the house we use for watering the plants and the garden in spring and summer. And the roof water we collect, we use it inside the house for drinking, washing and cooking. From what we spend on water now, buying water through the mains, we go half of the year at least without paying any money on the water we use for our house. So really it's cutting our cost in water